Something doesn't add up here about the timing of this. Let's bring in urologist Dr. David Shusterman. Doctor, it's great to have you on. What do you make of all this? Many are questioning the timing of the diagnosis and the announcement.
Well, it's very interesting the way it came out on a Sunday where the news dropped that he had a biopsy just a week prior, found on a nodule, and then all of a sudden has metastatic prostate cancer. And, you know, that's not the typical pattern that I see in my practice. In my practice, we typically follow a patient yearly with annual examinations and PSA testing, and then based on the annual examinations and PSA testing, we either do biopsies or continue, medications. So a lot of this just finding it overnight doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, so doctor, from the information we got from public sources like Duke University and Sloan, it looks like, do you agree the Biden family likely knew this for at least a year about this while he was in office, but they hid it from the public? I mean, this form of it, we see that it can metastasize to the bone in 1 to 3 years' time. And once it's in there, it can cause fractures from things like falling. So do they endanger Joe Biden? Is that true that it takes 1 to 3 years to metastasize to the bone, this form of it?
Yes, so this typically starts off in the prostate, and it actually could start off as a low-grade cancer that keeps going up intermittently to a higher grade cancer. And actually, it could have been even treated, 10 years ago, for example, and then this just came back as a recurrence. But, that is, without the records, we don't know that for sure.
Okay.
But if, in my professional opinion, to me, it seems like it was probably diagnosed earlier, and then this is just a recurrence of prior cancer after treatment. It could be something else. We don't really know. I mean, what we need to find out are the PSA, if he would release them. I think PSA is a critical aspect of this. PSA is our early detection warning system for prostate cancer. So when you get prostate cancer before it typically gets out of control like this, you would have a PSA elevation, and that's really saved many Americans from prostate cancer over the years.
Doctors say it's inconceivable this went undetected by his medical team for this long. He had access to top-notch health care while in the Oval Office. He had a personal physician, Dr. Kevin O'Connor. So we're supposed to believe that Biden, while in office, was not being routinely screened for something it was obviously at high risk for. Nobody ever knew this. Let's listen to MSNBC even agreeing this cancer likely goes back to the beginning of his presidency. Watch top oncologist Dr. Zeke Emanuel. He worked for both presidents, Biden and Obama. He says it could have gone on for a decade. It did not develop in the last 100 days. Watch.
You had said that very few people have it actually diagnosed at this late stage, that's rare. Doesn't it take some time for prostate cancer to develop to a point where it would spread to the bones?
Oh, he's had this for many years, maybe even a decade, growing there and spreading. That's right. It's a little surprising. He did not develop it in the last 100, 200 days. He had it while he was president. He probably had it at the start of his presidency in 2021. Yes, that I don't think there's any disagreement about that.
And guess what? The first frost, you know what was happening? You had to put on their windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. And why can't, for the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation.
So did you catch that? Joe Biden said he had cancer in 2022. So that follows the math that the cancer takes 1 to 3 years to metastasize to the bone. So even Biden's brother, Frank Biden, told CBS after he dropped out last year, quote, I'm proud of my brother. Selfishly, I want to have him back to enjoy whatever time we have left. So what do you make of all that?
Well, I could tell you that he's probably had it for at least 5 years, if not for 10 years. But the real implication is not that he's had it. The real implication is when you get advanced prostate cancer such as this, they start you on androgen deprivation therapy, and that puts your testosterone level at castration level. And that's really the main issue that I see.
Urologist Dr. David Shusterman, good to see you. Thanks for joining.